then they can be industrialized. However, it tanks your, whatever it is, literacy, right? So it's a trade-off. And then you can't really promote there because your admin efficiency is super low. So
I found that it's not worth it because half the time there will be like a crisis in Korea, and what the great powers will be like, Korea is free now, and you can't do anything about it.
And then if you guys are, well, if you play in a shitty country, just make sure you know like 4% clergy to teach your people how to read. That's the only thing. And then they don't tell you that anyway. You just have to know that.
I'm gonna make the Ottoman
game
Empire
without
great
reading.
Hey.
I'm gonna
Ottoman. Then I'll play Russia and do a world conquest.
That sounds legit, but go ahead.
Infamy is just a number.
I think that the only nation you really have to be able to beat off is the UK. I don't think anyone else will touch you.
Yeah. Spain is always a fun nation to play. I played them so many times though.
Austria is pretty cool.
Yeah, I like Spain is in Austria because they start shitty and you can actually make them pretty good.
I start a great power. What are you talking about?
That's not true. That's not true at all.
7th greatest
It's not
in
true
the
at
world.
all.
He does start a great power. Yeah,
I am greater. I'm greater than the USA. What are you talking about?
It's
Why
like
am I so great?
It's just the end of like Spain being considered an actual power. Like after this, never again.
Yeah.
Spain,
Maybe
let's be real here. Spain has not been a great power since 1648.
That's ridiculous.
Battle of
Look
fucking
at me.
Rocroi. You are no longer. It's just because we have to have 8 countries. It's like, oh, okay, put Spain on the list.
That's ridiculous. Spain's a great power.
Listen,
Alright,
Sweden
you
is
ready?
almost a great power when the game starts.
You ready?
Do you have to press ready or? Alright, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Let's do this. Let's make Spain great again.
Mazga. Mazga.
What is it?
Oh, right.
The house rule is like one great power ally, or what? What do we do?
Oh, sure.
Rebels
Okay,
win or
so
not?
house rules. One great power ally at a time, and then no health care until 1880. Anything else you want to add? But those two seem pretty reasonable.
I don't think you should let the rebels win, Guts, because you're already an HM's government, which is the best one. They will make you an absolute monarchy or whatever.
See,
which is pretty
I
bad.
always become with Carlos because they're just great.
They do have a better flag.
They have an awesome flag. Fuck the stupid election pop-ups. You know, the historical figure himself, I forget his actual name, he was a bit of a turd, but in this alternate universe, maybe he'll be a great king. Certainly Spain continued to decline and stagnate under, what's her name? You know, the moderate liberal lady.
It's clergymen you want to promote, right?
Yeah, you definitely want to do that, because Spain is completely illiterate.
Alright, cool. What tech do you start with in this game?
I recommend opening with medicine, or get to medicine as fast as you can.
Where's that?
It is in industry.
Yeah, picking it up.
Ideological thought is another good one. Gives a bunch of pluralism, which gives research.
That's standard opening for a lot of people. I recommend medicine though, because pop growth in this game compounds. So if you open medicine, it can result in you having like millions more pops by the end of the game. So it makes a difference.
I don't remember anything. Budget.
It's not that complicated.
It's not that
What should be my first focus?
I'd probably teach your Japanese how to read, Paav. Yeah.
What's that?
Clergyman.
Okay.
But I can't balance my budget even with like full tariffs and everything.
Yeah, no, if you play a
This
shitty
is
country,
impossible.
it's impossible, yeah, at the start. You know, like I can just fund education and then everything else, just like, no, we're not putting, just can't put any money into the bureaucrats, no, we're not gonna have an administration, you're on your own. Soldiers, no, you work pro bono.
I need soldiers though because I need to beat up Egypt.
That remains to be established as a need. The good news is the Ottoman Empire can become really good. You just have to wait a long time to get to that point. Just try not to. The biggest danger as the Ottomans is the crises and losing a lot of territory to the arbitrary
You guys
great
wanna start?
powers. Yeah, maybe.
Alright, I'll start it. Is it speed 2 or speed 3 we usually play on? Speed 2, right?
I don't know. I can do 3 if you want. Whatever.
Still don't know whether to beat these guys or not.
So Shoggy always beats them. I always fall to them. I always become them. So listen,
I
both
think,
are viable
you
options.
Can, I think you can try to stay conservative if you keep them.
And yeah.
So you got any tips for playing Japan?
Don't die to the revolutionaries.
Reactionaries, yeah.
Yeah, those guys. As long as you don't lose to those, you'll be fine.
Okay, what should I focus on?
Clergy.
Oh, basically just sit here and wait for my clergies to go up.
Yep.
Yeah.
The immersive westernization experience. Yeah, I
How long
remember.
does that usually take?
It takes a while. I remember when the old system for westernizing was like you just had the same tech tree as like everybody else, and it just like took you through it. But then they created this new like system where you have this totally new screen, and I just feel it's inferior because it's like, oh, okay, now I'm in the probation period, and then once finally I westernize, oh, now I get to actually play the game like a normal country.
Yep.
It's just really dumb. I don't know why they did that.
So how much percent should I get it up to? 4%?
Yeah, you can do that. It's highly literate. You could make a case you don't have to do that as Japan, because it starts extremely literate compared to most countries.
4% is enough.
Yeah, but going up to 4, you will westernize faster. You also can get research points, if I recall, from conquering stuff, so that is an
Yes.
option. Just mind that whatever you're conquering, it's going to drop your literacy if they're like large in population and stuff.
I like, as ask Japan to conquer Brunei because they don't have a lot of people and they're very easy to kill. Gives a lot of points.
Well, there you go. I still don't know if I should do a democracy or HMs, because I don't know if democracy gets a bonus or not. Or if I'm just remembering wrong.
How do I see my war justification progress?
It's under diplomacy and war justification. You're attacking 2 Sicilies.
Well, you know, it's a state.
Reconquering your old lands, eh?
Yeah, I think Sicily is pretty nice. It has some pops in it.
It does,
For
yeah.
sulfur. I
You may,
think it's time.
You may struggle to beat them.
Think so?
Yeah, as Spain, you're pretty weak at the time in the early game, and then the Italian states can mobilize quite a lot.
We'll see who wins.
Alright.
Oh, one trick that's handy, and which is what I'm doing right now, is Mexico, is when you're super poor, just make irregulars as your infantry instead of regulars, and then you can supply those very easily, which is cool.
Yeah, and as Japan, don't try to build any ships because no one will sell you clippers. You're like at the very end of the list.
Yeah, you can do speed 3 if you want.
We can try, yeah.
Alright.
Wow, that was crazy. I just walked a 30k stack through the Sinai desert. Now it's a 13k stack.
Yeah, you have to be super fucking careful, like at the very beginning. And then if you let them die to attrition, guess what? Those pops are now dead. You know, and at the start of the game, like, they sort of artificially prop up a lot of these shitty countries. So, like, if you play Argentina, you start with, like, 12% soldiers, which is insane. But then if they die to attrition, that's it. They're gone. You're lucky if you can make one soldier after that. So, just be careful. Late game, it doesn't matter. You can just be like, yeah, I'll fucking walk through the desert. Like fucking Alexander the Great, you know, coming back from India. It's like, yeah, just die in the desert. You can replace them because the soldier pops are larger. That's fine, but not now. Well, the U.S. isn't protecting Texas. It's surprising.
Right, so when you influence, they sell to you first. That's the benefit, isn't it?
Yes. So your
Good to go
sphere
then.
is like a big shared market that has priority
good
before
to-
the world market. And then after that, the world market, you trade based on prestige.
Right. Well, Brazil is mine then. So we'll go with that first. So how do I surrender to these rebels?
They need to take Madrid.
They did. Oh, there we go. That explains it.
You usually drop off the Great Power list because it lowers your prestige, but it's worth it for the cool flag.
Yeah.
Cross of Burgundy. Yeah, the US is not fucking with me over Texas, which is weird. Okay.
Can you blockade so they can't cross the strait in this game?
I don't know.
Yep. It's like the old EU3 crossing rules. As long as you have a boat there.
How come Greece is not a core of mine? It's silly.
Yeah, if you want it, you have to spend whatever it is, 30 infamy or whatever. Which is not a good trade for the amount of pop that's there. I'm sorry, it's actually, what, 45 infamy? Unless you get lucky and don't get detected. Which is rare.
Not sure how you think Sicily is gonna beat me when I can just, you know, not let them get on the island.
Just be gamey and use your
My
straight,
fleet is still pretty
brilliant.
decent. I mean, it's not the the fleet it once were, but it is a fleet.
I might have not wiped properly and pooped on the floor.
What did you say?
Apparently I wiped too quickly. And I had some poop in the ass beard and it dropped on the floor.
Wow.
So actually, I'm 27 years old and I shat on the floor in the living room.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. Do you know how we found out? My girlfriend got it on her foot.
Nice.
On her little pinky.
Nice.
See, victory.
Hey,
Spanish Sicily.
you done
That's
it.
pretty cool.
You done it.
It is my Sicily.
For some reason, none of the great powers seem to care.
No.
It's like, oh, this
That's
this-
crazy.
this completely changes the balance of your indifference. Placid
This
stairs. Yeah,
This is an
all
island.
around.
It's not that many people in it actually. It's like 370,000.
Well, it's almost 10% of Spain, so...
Yeah, and they are states, so that's nice, I guess. Now, am I planning to do any wars anytime soon? Look at that, Austria wants to be my friend. What can go wrong? I think it's also gonna become one of my biggest... Yeah, it is my biggest state actually right now.
You should finish the job. There's still 1.2 million in Sicily. No, 1.4 million even.
Finish the job, it says. Well, I could take another state, I guess, but I guess you have truces and things like that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's only for 4 years. Look at the guy. Any easy way to see? What is this?
Okay, I'm gonna lose to the reactionaries.
That's really bad. Just keep them out of Tokyo, and you'll be fine.
I can't. I have like 50,000 troops.
Ah, I'm 8 great power. That's ridiculous.
I'm dead.
You're not dead. You're just gonna lose some reforms.
There are so many. They're like almost 100,000.
You had one job, Paav. One
Yeah,
job.
I just can't fight off 100,000 reactionaries.
Yeah, I forget what triggers that. It's like you do some stuff and it
Oh,
really
it's-
pisses them off.
It's just too much unrest.
Right. Yeah, high militancy, right? Yeah.
You probably did like the Western embassies or whatever in your lands. That pisses them off as well.
Was that the one?
Yeah. If you're worried, you can also not do the early Meiji restoration, but I always do it.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's right. I remember now.
Okay, I'm fighting the Japanese Civil War. I'll have like a couple of thousand people loyal.
Go home, Yankee.
My guys are actually fighting with swords.
What's the other stuff that gives pop growth? It's medicine and
Electricity.
Electricity?
That's it. In vanilla.
Is that it?
Tomatoes. Yep. Electricity in 1880.
I thought for sure there was one more, but maybe that's in the mod.
It's modded, yeah. Yeah, so the little mod that Joe and I created like years ago, we just took pop growth off of healthcare and stuck it on text instead, which is a far better system. You know, but they never, they never developed this game, so. It never reached its full potential.
Yeah.
How dare I try to liberate my Latin American brethren in Honduras? The White Devil had to come down here and invade Mexico.
No one wants to ally me. Everyone alike. We have too many great power allies. It's very sad.
Still holding my capital though.
Yeah, sometimes you get like a giant, huge, ridiculous reactionary revolution, which is shitty.
Yeah, they're like 100,000. But I have something they don't. You guessed it. The Imperial Japanese Army. Oh, I was so dead.
What do you put your administration ledgers at? You put it at 100%?
Yeah, 90. I do.
If
These
I'm not green,
sliders they only count every 10%, so it's pointless to put it at like 65. That's the same as 60.
Right.
so for the
Couples making profits.
for the admin
Yeah.
slider, it's not like, so with education, like you want to always have that at 100 because it not only does it promote clergymen, it also affects your literacy gaining rate. So if you're not funding education, your literacy won't increase. Like even if you have 4% clergy, if you don't fund education, your literacy won't go up. With admin, usually what I do is if I'm not green, like on the admin screen, and I can afford it, then I crank it up to 100, and it'll gradually go up over time. You know, if you have a bunch of different ethnicities, it'll take a while, because they have to assimilate as part of it. Once I'm at 100, I tend to just sort of tank it down, to be honest, unless I want to like state a colony or something. Because if you're at 100, it'll keep creating more and more bureaucrats, and bureaucrats beyond 100% admin efficiency are basically useless. So you're just paying them for nothing.
Okay, I lost. Fuck.
Yeah, that's not amazing.
It's a setback, for sure. Go home, Yankee. Can't believe he's invading me over Honduras. What a jerk. I'll be right back for a sec.
I should.
You guys, I'm building my first factory. The Ottoman Empire is industrializing.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Can't even build factories.
I bet you guys are in awe.
I need to.
You should be able to build like cement and stuff.
No, I need to change my party, which I guess I'll do.
Right.
That'll piss people off.
That's okay, who cares, right? You can just kill them if they get too annoying.
Cement requires coal. Where do we have coal?
How many states is it you can annex when you get the imperialism CB? Is it 5 or? Later when you get the CB to like annex uncivs, how many states is it you can annex at once?
Oh, I have no idea. Yeah, I think you're right, you can do more. I don't know how many though.
I don't remember if it's 3 or 5, but something like that.
How's it going for you, Manchester? You look pretty occupied.
It's, yeah, that's a verb. So I still don't know if I should do Mexican Empire or stay a democracy.
Okay, I'm up
I
on
think I'm gonna
3%
do.
now.
I think I'm gonna do Mexican Empire, and then
Hey, Manchester, I'm on
Yeah.
3.07%.
okay,
In Kansai.
right.
So just get 4% on all the states.
Yeah, well, that'll teach him to read. Yeah. Oh, I thought Mexican Empire would give me some free voting franchise, but it doesn't. It's shitty.
And now I just sit here and wait.
Yeah, the westernization system is pretty shit.
Can the Chinese Empire break?
No. But if they westernize, they will annex all the little warlords.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, we should have another house rule. Like Paav can conquer Manchuria, but other than that, no conquering China, obviously.
That should be obvious, yes.
Yeah.
What's up with
'Cause
China?
it just
They're good.
breaks the game, yeah. Because there's just so many people.
Time to mobilize the nation to beat up Persia. Yeah. Yeah. Need to do that.
Persian Empire.
Oh, someone is getting beat up by the United States.
See? I was hoping that HMs would give me some voting franchise, but it didn't, which is shitty. See, I'm like watching the migration screen. It's like they go back between Brazil and Uruguay. It's almost like there's like an HM's government phase and then like a democracy phase.
Hmm.
Right? Because I'm actually watching this happen in real time.
Oops, I'm taking loans. I should probably fix that.
Yep.
Don't want to go bankrupt.
It's not that big of a deal early game. It just means you lose 18 prestige or whatever. And by the end of the game, you end up with like 1,600 prestige, crazy shit, so.
What the fuck is an Alberta?
It's a place in Canada.
Ah, okay. So nothing that us civilized nations have to worry about then.
Would you look at what the US is doing? How fucking ridiculous. I hope they do go to war.
What are they doing?
Just look at what they're trying to colonize. It's fucking absurd.
Right.
Oh, I like how everyone's backing the United Kingdom. It's so fucking silly. Unfortunately, the weak US government will just cave in. I'd really like to see them be invaded by Great Britain. That'd be awesome.
No.
Oh, France actually ate Tunis. Thought he'd just make them, add them to sphere.
What? Tunis is an Ottoman sphere. What is this nonsense?
No longer.
I think you need to check the date, my friend.
Oh. Damn it.
That's pretty cool. Panama broke free. You don't see that very often.
$32,000 people in Panama broke free. Hey, you still have Texas.
Yeah, it was weird. I won the Texan War. The U.S. didn't intervene. They did. They intervene against the USCA, however. So I used the opportunity to do universal suffrage. I still don't know if democracy or HMs is better. You know, if they're equal, HMs is clearly superior because you can appoint parties, but if there's an immigrant bonus, then I don't really know.
I like that Belgium is financing the Ottoman Empire.
Good people, the Belgians. So I've actually got further voting franchise than the US, but his great power and other bonuses are, I guess, higher.
Yeah, there is a hard-coded bonus in
Yep.
the US.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, though, Brazil is getting a lot right now. Pretty sick.
Granted, we're looking at 200 people in St. Wow, it's a lot, but every bit counts. You know, it because if you are in the old world, right, it's I forget what it is. Like sometimes it's like 1/8 of your pop growth basically is drained away, and that adds up over the course of the game.
Yeah.
One day. One day it took before someone noticed what I was doing, talking about someone's infiltrating my government. Fuck yeah. Dig deep and greedily. Give me that stuff.
Hey, Guts,
What's up?
how would you feel if you owned Florida again?
I mean, that'd be pretty cool, I guess. Except that it's shit. It's got...
Or, I don't know, maybe
20,000 pops.
maybe you should own New York instead.
Let's see, where's
See, I'm pretty weak, unfortunately.
here's New York.
So you'd be carrying most of the
New
war.
York is pretty good.
But if you wanted
Pretty
to,
weak, you see.
I mean, it would look super ugly if Spain had New York, but it's pretty good, yeah.
yeah, New York is his highest pop state. Pennsylvania, Georgia, Massachusetts, New England. Those are his largest ones. I will eventually. I mean, that is my ultimate goal. Yeah, take the US down eventually. Yeah, even if it takes till the end of the game.
I don't know. I don't even know if I can beat them. I'm not very strong, am I?
Yeah, we'll have to do it later. It's fine.
I only have, 33 regiments.
They only have 17, but they can... Well, you can probably mobilize the same, to be honest.
He's weak early. That's the only reason I'm proposing it now. I only have 11. I have 12. So I could add 12 to your number.
I don't really have infamy to take stuff right now.
Yeah.
Oh, the North German Federation formed.
That was pretty quick for the AI.
Worst event in the game. Pandemic flu. My Paav!
Yeah,
My
it's
Paav.
pretty bad, yeah.
Which ticks is it that I need to colonize? And when is it that you colonize?
It's like 1880, I think.
1870.
Is it?
70, I think, yeah.
You need machine guns. Yeah, that's 1870.
Machine guns. Where is that?
Uh,
Need machine guns? Do you need anything from Navy?
you need machine guns and state and government and medicine.
Alright, that's it then. I'm only lacking machine guns then. But I think you want to like upgrade your naval bases, don't you?
Yeah, to get the colonial power.
So I don't see why Brazil would be getting more migrants than me. I get why the US would. Is there a modifier for being a secondary power? That's the only difference that I can see.
I don't know.
In every other way, my modifiers are larger. Yep, that's weird. Very non-transparent system.
Oh my god. Here I am, I'm like proud, I'm like, oh, the Ottoman Empire is producing 8 glass per day, and then I look at like what the big powers are producing, it's like Great Britain 370. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Never mind.
That illustrates the scale of it pretty much. I mean, that's why, the idea of great powers exists as a concept, right? Because it really was like that. Like, you have two countries side by side, but this country has, 8 regiments, and this one has 600, It's true, though.
But I mean, it's difficult to understand like the scale of production from it like industrializing your country because I was looking at like numbers from production of like coal and stuff in Japan, like 1860 to 1880, and it was like 10 doubled easily in like 10 years.
Yeah.
It's just, and even then, the US had like 10 times as much as that, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
this is rough. I really need healthcare or something. And then it's like the US is basically cheating with their fucking immigration thing, so it's like, how the fuck do I catch up on Pop? Motherfucker. Conquer 6,000 people in Ecuador.
Another fucking pandemic. This is annoying.
Yeah, those fuck you up. Those actually have a huge impact on your population late game. Yeah, and it's pure luck. Oh, here's my first one. What a good time. Guts, you there?
Yeah.
Would you mind giving me a province off of Peru? Since you're a great power, you can just hand it over to me.
Can I?
Yep.
Which province?
Cajamarca.
That's landlocked.
No, Cajamarca is on the coast.
Is it?
The great one.
No, Cajamarca is not on the coast.
So you need to just ally
You
with
mean
them,
the whole
and then
state, you mean?
and then just join the war.
But, I mean, I took him because he has coal, and now you're going to take the coal province. It's terrible.
Will you give me a different province off him?
No, don't worry, you can have it. We're all friendly here.
To be fair, it's a 17k pop coal province.
Well, if you have 10 of them, it's the most to something you can do.
Cool. Okay, will he ally with you now?
He's my sphere.
Yeah, but you're not allied.
The Cubans rose up.
Los Cubanos.
Oops, that's not what I meant to do. It's a long way up to get the Ottoman Empire to be able to read.
Yeah, no, it's pretty behind. It's pretty behind. So Goths, can you ally with Peru? That way you can just hand it over without tanking your prestige.
That's what you meant. They will not accept.
Oh, he doesn't like you? Okay, alright, it's fine.
He is requesting I come to his aid though. Shall I accept and give it?
I don't know if that causes you to lose prestige, though. I know if you're allied at the beginning, you don't lose anything. If you join later, I think it turns it into a status quo war, which hurts you.
Right.
Like, that's why
I lost three. I lost 3 prestige from saying that.
Yeah, well, that's why I sort of told you 3 years in advance to ally with him, so it wouldn't penalize you, but...
Right.
That was your decision. That was your decision.
No, I couldn't ally him. That's the problem.
What do I need to be able to make military factories? Which tech is done?
I'm probably missing some like the line 1 techs.
I can't find it.
Commerce, maybe. I think a lot are in commerce.
I know, it's mechanized mining. I just didn't get the inventions yet, but I do have it. Alright. What is this? Spain went and invaded Sokoto.
Yeah, it's a good, it's a good place. There's a lot of people there.
I remember doing no such thing.
It always bothers
Yeah.
me though, because it has no connection to the coast.
The coast are really, really good though. It has like coal and stuff.
Yeah, totally going for it.
I'm just gonna colonize like random desert up here with no props in it, so for me. I guess Somalia is okay.
Oh man. This game when you play a small country is just awful. And I have like I have like several million people too as Mexico. It's not even as bad as playing a real minor power. Peru is like 3 infantry and I have like 6, right? And just the level of micromanagement required to beat them in a war, it's just insane. You guys still there?
Yeah.
About Pavs, he's still suffering.
Or did he give up?
I don't know. Haven't heard from him since the revolution.
Oh, this is not good.
Oh man, he's gonna get Bohemia. That's very not good. Well, just means he'll have the biggest economy in the game, that's all. Gots.
I guess I back Austria, right?
I'm backing Austria because they have France and Russia.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too.
Gots, you broke our little house rule about healthcare, buddy.
Did I?
Yes.
What was the rule?
No healthcare until 1880.
None at all.
Yes.
I thought it was more like don't break your nation to enact it. I'm sorry then. It was not my intent to break anything.
Terrible.
We forgive you. We forgive you.
Thanks. I'll forget the next reform as well. Don't worry.
I'm playing. Well, actually, we're all playing shitty countries. We could allow ourselves, but whatever. Fucking Mexico could use pop growth for sure.
Like 70,000 Jacobins spawned in Sicily, but I don't think they can win, can they? Unless they
Oh, we actually fight now.
really. Well, I'm not gonna fight anything. England's gonna fight.
We're fighting against England.
Yeah, he's gonna have to fight you guys.
He's not fighting me because I don't have an army, so too bad.
You're like, fight the. Good luck fighting this. Should I mobilize? I mean, it is possible that he will land on my lands, right?
Yeah, you may be invaded by the UK for sure. I would have a defensive force just at the ready. That's all.
I don't have any army. You just instantly murder me.
Oh, neither do I.
Yep. All of these things sound like the experience of playing secondary power. I don't have any armies. Oh, well, sounds about right.
I do have 12 big ships though. Guess I'll go help
Yeah,
France
but-
with the naval thing.
Without any text, I don't think they're gonna do anything either.
What do you know? The Spanish Armada is real.
Okay, sure.
I'm the dominant power in the Mediterranean.
But then, why don't you own, what's this place called? Gibraltar. Gods.
That's... why would I own that? That's a shitty thing to own.
It's not like that means control over the Mediterranean or anything. It's just strange that you would just happen to not own that.
Yeah. Well, I own the other side, Tetuan.
Oh, I see. Okay, it all makes sense.
That's what I'm going for. I lost the naval battle. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Doesn't help that half my army is down in Sokoto.
Can disband and remake it. That's what I sometimes do. You know, like if they're on the other side of the frickin' planet, it's faster.
So if Great Walls had been discovered, this would be a great water.
Well, at least it wasn't you. They just arbitrarily decided to mess with the other sick man of Europe, I suppose. I gotta love the AI in this game. United States, just let me annex Texas, never did manifest destiny, and is now allied with me. He's like colonizing British Columbia. This is a great plan. I approve of all these things. Oh, I'm actually getting a lot of immigrants right now. What the hell?
Well, there's a big war in Europe, so
Wow.
it makes sense.
Well, last month I actually got more migrants than the US. Only like 50 more, but still, that's pretty cool. I approve. Keep fighting your war. This is going well. Oh, look at that, the Russian Empire. 300 are going to the Empire of Mexico. Well done. Well done. Come on over. Sail right up.
The war is over.
Those bastards. How could the war possibly be over? Everything was going so well. Oh man, check out that 80,000 pop I conquered down there in Peru. It only cost me 20 infamy to do. was a great enterprise.
How many research points do you guys get per day?
How many what? Oh, research?
How many research points?
16?
Okay, I'm getting 18, so it's pretty good.
Yeah. Look at you, you're fucking avant-garde. Oh, I like how you expand as them. That looks nice. Yeah. See, the AI always leaves, like, the Levant and shit, owned by Egypt. That looks a lot better. I mean, it's meant for you to do that, because it gives them cores on the whole, like, eastern coast, but the AI Turks never can figure it out, I guess.
Well, I mean, I intend to annex entire Egypt, you know? Egypt is Turkish. That's how it works. Just takes a little while, that's all.
Yeah, just don't let anyone get too friendly with them. That's all.
Yeah, America was friendly, but
Yeah,
I
they're
put
all
them down.
they're all trying to fuck with you. Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, machine parts factory in 1855. It's good timing.
Yep. Yeah, that one is rough. Just can't build anything like his some like certain powers.
It hasn't been an issue this game actually. They made it
Yeah.
plenty. But some games it's like there's none on the market at
Yeah, yeah. Clippers is the other one. Hey, I'm on secondary power. We're making great strides as Mexico.
That means you can colonize.
Colonize? On the other side of the world, how would I possibly be able to do that?
There are like Pacific Islands and stuff you can colonize.
Sounds difficult.
You can go conquer like a state in Morocco or something.
That's what Joe would always do. Play as like America, conquer Morocco. Be all like, Joe, you're not gonna colonize as America, are you? Be like, no. And over a few years later, oh, he's colonizing. It is amazing. I love how like the output text just like transform everything. Like it really shows just how industrialization just changed the world. Like at the start of the game, I can't even balance my freaking budget. People are starving in the streets, and then it's like, oh, we discovered the steam engine, sir. 15% more farming output. And it's like, oh, we actually have a surplus now. Wow. I was reading a thing on that the other day on like population growth throughout history, and through most of history, like, yeah, it grew a little bit, but it was mostly stagnant. Like most states, they just subsisted, just worked to feed their existing population. But once you hit 1800, it's like, wow, like population actually grows.
Yeah.
Mexico was fucking crazy. It was 90% or even more than that. 95% of the population of Mexico was killed with the diseases the Spanish brought with them. And they only went back to pre-Columbian Mexico population by like 1980. That just fucking blew me away.
Yeah. But have you seen all the ruins they found in like deep in the Amazon?
No, why? What have they found?
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty recent. Like they flew over it with like ultrasound or whatever, so they can actually see like the ruins in the underground. And now they estimate there was like an empire with a population of like 30 million, where the Amazon is now.
The Amazon,
It's
or
crazy.
the Yucatan?
I think it's the Amazon.
Amazon. That's fucking
Forest.
insane. Wow.
Hmm. Yeah. And I mean, now, before this, we were like, oh, no one has ever lived there, right? It was just like
Yeah.
tribal stuff. But yeah.
I'll have to look that one up.
Wow, building railroads is expensive.
Yeah, I
How
usually
many
don't.
powers afford this?
I usually don't do it until later. Like you can get
It's pretty good, though.
yeah, they help, but you can get production bonuses from like Steam Engine and like the Commerce line, so I usually go for those. And those you don't have to build anything.
Yeah, but the benefit of railroads is that they affect the factories, which is a really, really big advantage because, you know, if your factories are less effective than the other guys, you
Yeah.
don't sell anything.
Interesting. I still wait if I play a shitty power.
Yeah,
And then
I
I just
guess.
let my capitalist carpet build them everywhere in like 1870 or 80 or so.
Well, you're talking to someone who runs state property or whatever as Russia, so capitalists are useless. You need to build everything manually.
You can promote them. You have to get them pretty high though. What I do is I promote them until they insta-build everything. Like if it pops on the project screen, that's when I stop. That's when I go laissez-faire, that is. Which you really can't do until 1880. Alright, we're getting a little bit of immigration as Mexico. I'll take that. I'm actually getting more than the US this month. Not bad. Not bad. Look at that, 400. They're like, yeah, we want to go to Mexico. Fuck America. Only 300 went to America this month. It's beautiful. Wonderful. HMs is handy though because if in a democracy they voted for like the liberals, which they did, they actually voted for the Liberal Party. Early game like this, it like fucks up your tech route because then I'd have to go for all the tax efficiency stuff in order to not go bankrupt. But I can just flip to the
Yeah.
conservatives and not have to do that, which is pretty okay.
Or you could go for the tax efficiency stuff and tax them 100%.
True. Well, I try to be a progressive tax assessor.
The serfs exist to be taxed, okay?
It's true.
Guts is lagging behind. What is this nonsense?
Yeah, I tabbed out. Sorry.
Huh. Don't do that.
Sphering China, is that allowed? I'm guessing not.
It's physically impossible.
Alright.
You can spare in some of the substates, I think.
Yeah.
But you can do,
it's too broken.
you can do Tibet, Mongolia, Manchuria. I think, yeah, Xinjiang might be doable as well. Yeah, that's also doable.
Yeah, Xinjiang is fine.
Yeah, the others are just too big.
Right.
Hello?
Hey?
No, who is building a factory in my country?
Should be able to check. It's the US, I think. During the sphere.
Nobody is. Nobody's building factories in there.
Well, there's a factory being constructed.
That's from one of your reforms you made.
Ah. So I am at 70% now.
Cool.
But I've been taking a shower, I went to the shop.
Can't blame you for that. You're basically waiting to start playing the game right now.
Yeah. I have 2 of my provinces now at over 4% literacy.
Clergy, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't think it makes any sense to put over 4%. So I used to
No, I
start
stopped
at
at
3.5.
4% and then I switched to the next one.
Alright.
Now I'm just waiting for 1 or 2 more reforms.
Yeah, I'm still trying to make clergy, but the Ottomans have a lot of states.
Well, if
It's
you mouse over your research points, I mean, if you start in the big ones, you're probably already at 3.8 or something.
I'm at 2.91.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so your pop's pretty spread out then, yeah.
Yeah, there.
That's rough.
This time I'm gonna be prepared for the reactionaries.
Yeah, I think, 'cause I was remembering, like when I played Japan, like in the past, if you do early Meiji, you click on that and then you sit there and wait for the militancy to drop to 0. and then only after that do you go to war. If you go to war before
no, I
it's
just need 10%.
dropped to 0, then you get the giant reactionary revolution. Because when you go to war, it gives you militancy, if I recall.
Yeah, I have to go in like an hour because we have guests. But now I'm 90%.
I think Guts has a game soon as well, so...
My game is in 2 hours, so it's not so bad. Can have a break then to eat and everything as well, so that's all good.
Dave can't play for the EU game tomorrow.
What?
Dave can't play tomorrow.
Yeah, we might want to play it tonight instead.
Okay.
I might be able to, but it's gonna be really late. But I have the next week off though, the entire next week till Saturday. Come on, give me one more reform. So what's happened since I left? Oh, Persia's taken by the Ottomans, Egypt.
Do you guys?
Spain is taken Sicily.
Yeah. Oh, it's occupied. Thank you for telling me.
And Mexico is hanging in there. I thought you lost it.
One question.
How did you manage to hold on to your territories?
That was a status quo war earlier. You know, holding on to them. You know, it's no one lives there. You know, they aren't very useful, but whatever.
Do you guys increase clergymen in like colonies as well?
I have factories.
If you state them later on, but it's probably not worth it to do it now.
No. Not gonna do that. Found that all my lands have 4%. Now it's time to make craftsmen. Oh, this was fucking crazy. Declaring war on North German Federation and Britain. Not sure. Worse than ever.
Well, clearly they thought with your help they could beat them.
Yeah. Cute.
I love how, like, as a smaller nation, you're like, artillery? What's that? I don't use that. That's something for the rich boys.
Oh man, 2 out of 5 people can read now. We're one of the most educated countries in the world.
I mean, you're not wrong, but that's because most of the world is uncivilized.
Yeah. I'm actually on the first page of the ledger, literacy.
Wow, you have twice as much as me.
Mexico. Yeah, well, you have way more people than I do. That's what really matters.
Where is Spain on the list?
On what list?
He's as literate as I am, I think.
34. Oh, guts. It was North Germany that declared war on Austria.
Thought it was an offensive war.
No.
Well, that doesn't change anything for me. All that matters is who's fighting who. Not who's right.
Yeah.
If Spain gets to keep their colonial possessions, they can build quite some naval bases.
Yeah.
%52% literacy now.
Japan starts pretty high though.
Get educated European peasants. My entire army belongs to the Jacobin rebel or reactionaries though.
Yeah, it's not amazing.
Come on, 200 now. When do you think they're gonna make Wiki 3?
Well, hopefully they'll announce it at the ParadoxCon or whatever this year. But I think they're
Yeah.
working on it.
I hope so. I mean, there's more demand for that than this fucking Rome game.
Yeah, but apparently Johan really wanted Rome, so he got Rome.
I mean, to be fair, if they make Vicky 3, they're just gonna put fucking point things in it, monarch points in it, and ruin it anyway.
It's like, I want to build a factory. Well, do you have enough points for it? Oh, God damn it. Yeah.
Instead of the fabulous fucking population system they developed, now let's just be lazy.
I tried to build some artillery and my budget just crashed. I had no money.
Sounds about right. It's 1860, I'm still making irregulars. Can't make regular infantry.
Well, I'm Western, nice.
Rats. Oh, I just realized that half my income comes from tariffs. I don't think that's great for my industrial revolution.
actually doing pretty okay on immigrants. The issue is after he does Civil War, he gets Homestead Act, Statue of Liberty, and then it's like, say goodbye.
Mhm.
What do I need to make military factories?
Tech.
Mechanized mining. What's going on in this crisis?
He wants to free Romania again.
Okay.
Who are we backing?
Well, so far it's France against the UK. I'm backing whoever Russia is backing.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same.
It's the identical crisis from before.
Okay. Is it worth it to sign the Geneva Convention?
Depends if you want to lose the 10% infamy for the trade-offs it gives.
What is the trade-offs?
You get war exhaustion back, like while you're actively at war, which is more of like a PvP bonus. And then org regain gain. Whatever.
You get war exhaustion by signing. I mean, you get the reduction.
You get
by
minus
signing.
one also. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can be at war and you'll lose, what's it called? War exhaustion.
Well, the infamy plus 0 to 1 isn't so bad, is it?
It's
You get
10%
10%.
penalty, yeah.
Yeah.
There was an older version of the game where it just lowered your military spending, and it just was not worth taking, to be honest with you. So I think they changed it to this variant, which is, I don't know, it's very, nothing to write home about. Oh, do you want to build factories in Mexico? Anybody?
You can build your own factories.
Not factories, what's the other thing I'm trying to say? Railroads.
Railroad?
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Oh, you can build your own railroads. My answer doesn't really change.
It's because you're poor, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. What about the
I could barely
Japanese?
afford railroads in my own lands.
Japan, you're rich, aren't you?
Nope,
No, okay.
not at all.
Mexico is on its own.
Did you know that a level 3 naval base costs 32,000 to
Yeah,
build?
it's a lot. It's crazy high, yeah. That's why I don't fuck with them until late game. It's so hard to keep up with designs.
Well, if you want to colonize, you need to have them, though.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Don't, like, heavy ships also increase colonial power? Or is that something completely else? Or is it
I think
military
they
power?
changed it. I can't keep track with the different versions over the years. I think it's,
I don't think they do anymore now.
yeah, I think it's naval bases are the biggest contributor.
Alright, cool. I mean, if I'm gonna build railroads and shit, it will be in, like, Brazil or some sphere I have.
Where do you check your immigration again?
Migrations, map mode.
Everyone is leaving to Mexico and the United States.
Mostly the United States, unfortunately. Why is it the USA and not the United States? It's like the only country that's abbreviated like that.
It's a very good question.
It's a good question for which there is no answer.
Correct. What the fuck is this? Against Württemberg. Okay. Oh, I see the issue. I love these answers, like, they're called poor people for a reason. Yeah, okay.
Nice.
Don't need no socialist supports.
Look at Ottomans gobbling up Egypt.
For sure. Egypt belongs to the Ottomans, so I don't know what it's doing free in this game.
Does make you wonder, doesn't it?
I actually have a pretty big army. Didn't realize. It's like bigger than Austria or Germany. Naval bases are expensive.
Mexico's risen far in the world. Number 9.
Ouch! Was discovered right away. That's not good.
Oh, that's interesting. Britain wants Alberta or whatever it is. My army isn't the most technological, Gots, but I've got 40 brigades standing right now.
What did you say?
Where are your armies? Well, the Britain is invading the U.S., so I don't know if you're up for it.
Well, I mean, you're more than welcome to do it. I'm not gonna mess up my borders. That's
Yeah.
a crazy person. Besides, I can only field 100 brigades, so I mean, it's not like I can do anything.
The US only has 82 at the moment.
That's what I'm on about. It's still pretty early.
Yeah, I know. But Spain's strong, that's why.
What rank is secondary power? 16?
Yeah, it's like 9 to 16, I think. The US just surrendered like a wimp. Typical.
That's some nice borders. much better. It's a pity that California always ends up like a wasteland in this game.
I mean, they gave it 40 life rating, but it's not enough.
People
I
don't
guess.
want to live there.
Yeah. It does.
Isn't it just a like desert though?
It does sort of grow by the very, very end of the game, but it just starts so low that it just never is able to get anywhere. You just can't. The mechanics as they are just don't simulate the huge influx of people who just, like flock to California. It's supposed to all sink into the ocean someday. Because it's right on the, what's it called? The fault line. Like, that's why Mexico, like, you ever notice how Mexico is that, like, weird, like, arm thing? That's the fucking fault line. That's the fault. The two plates are meeting there, and it's causing that whole, bay there. That's it all sinking into the ocean.
Finally, a decent ally. Damn, Spain, fucking glorious. Look at this. Our influence spreads everywhere. The nice thing with taking Sokoto is like there's a lot of Americans who wants to become soldiers. Glorious map. I'm quite impressed that the sick man of Europe over there is doing better than me. Nerf.
I'm not sick. I'm actually pretty good. Number 4 in industry.
Oh, we have exactly the same score, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. 378, both of us. But I'm mostly impressed by your actual score, and that's the industrial one. That's the real score in this game.
I keep getting these stupid events that are like, gain 1 infamy or lose 5 prestige. And I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna gain infamy, so prestige.
Yeah, once you get those, you're pretty much screwed to always get them. It's
yeah, exactly, because it's because I have some influence.
Yeah. So the only thing you can do, and I forget to do it all the time, is any influence you're not using, just pick one of like the Chinese like sphere things and just put all your points into it. And then you won't get spillover. Like otherwise, you get spillover with every country in the world. That way, they all go into the China and disappear, and you don't get the infamy punishment.
It's very frustrating anyway, because I lost like
super
40 prestige or something.
Yeah.
And especially because you could have prevented it by, playing good, but who does that? Oh Jesus, it's fucking warm today. I think it's like
Hey buddy.
I'm gonna apply for a job at IKM, like a consultant in the oil industry.
Oh yeah.
If I get to work offshore in Norway, it's 2 weeks on, 4 weeks off.
It's like you're
Like stuck on an oil rig. And if you spend like an extra day, you get like 2,000 US dollars a day. bonus because
Sounds
you're
like,
there when you're
sounds
supposed
like
to
you're
be
living
there.
the dream.
Yeah, I haven't got it yet though. You guys want to end in 1866 because my guests are coming in 3 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks, guys.
It's a good time for dinner break.
Yeah. I really want to finish the continue this game if you guys are up to it later. Like I said, I'll be home the entire next week.
I can't later tonight, but any other days.
I'm almost a secondary power now.
Yeah, as Japan, you will end up a great power simply because you have a big population with high literacy. Just a matter of time.
Yeah, and I am rank 12 on industry.
Oh, look at that Persia. Oh, it's so pretty.
Oh, they use as Ottoman Asia all over the place. Look at Shoggy, he hit the exact 10 million mark. He's now as grand as Sweden is in real life.
Actually, no, because this is the amount of pubs who are working. Yeah, so I have like 40 million.
Yeah, I guess kids
you
are
can
like
see the actual pubs are listed on the ledger, page 2. I have 40.06 million.
But why do I get like flu pandemics? Why can't I get like baby boom or something?
I know, right?
It's a great event. Yeah. So it multiplies your pop by 4, so it's like you're supposed to have a wife and like a grandfather, like a kid or something.
Okay, so you guys wanna pause here?
Yeah, we can stop.
You look
Right.